Josh Allen and the Bills are favored to win the AFC East, and he said that the plan is to keep knocking on the door until he finally breaks through to the Super Bowl. Is it more likely that the Bills take a step forward or backwards, Brew?
I mean, look, they won 12 games. They won a playoff game. You know, it's hard to improve on that. But I am going to say that they take a step forward. I'm high on the Bills. I think the Bills are going to have a great season. And I'm just going to break it to you now. I know it's not predictions week. They're going to win the division again. I'm sorry.
Well, again, it's interesting. So we're taking a year off. So, yeah.
Well, how many did they win before that? 4 or 5?
6, I think.
Yeah,
in a row.
yeah. I think they're going to win the AFC East. I think Joe Brady is going to be very good with Josh Allen. I think Jim Leonard with the defense, I think is really – I know Sean McDermott was a very good defensive coach and did a great job with them, but I think Leonard is really going to take them – not that he's better than McDermott, but a fresh voice.
Sure.
Take them to – they'll do things differently. They're disguising coverages a lot more. I think he'll take them to another level. And look, James Cook – I'm happy that it is the return of the running back, right? We've seen running backs have huge years lately, and now there's a couple years ago, remember, they're having trouble getting $9 million a year. And now Bijan and these guys are getting paid now. Jahmyr Gibbs, 74, 75 million. James Cook's making $48 million over 4 years. I'm sure he's looking, after leading the league in rushing, looking at what they just got and saying, okay.
He's making 48 after 4
And that wasn't a bad,
he signed it last year.
When he signed
and it was very emotional.
I thought
it was a great deal.
No,
it was at that time.
No, that's why I was, and the Chiefs got Kenneth Walker for basically 14 and a half a year.
Which looks
a
great.
few months ago. Then the market exploded. It was the Kenneth Walker briefly was, I don't think he was ever the highest paid because Saquon and CMC had gotten little tacked on years above it. Yeah. But yeah, the running back, the non-Saquon CMC running back market was getting more than $10 million was a huge, huge accomplishment.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he may try to. He's going to play well, no question. And then add DJ Moore, we know it's a legit number one receiver. I just think they're going to be good. I think they're definitely taking a step forward.
Okay.
Don't get mad at me.
I'm not.
Oh, man.
Did you do your little survey thing for Buffalo?
Not yet.
Because I bet they wouldn't do as well as your Pats.
I'm
saying for you.
A 5.
QB's always a 5. He's not hurt, as long as you didn't have, surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm saying if by your own metric, you wouldn't give their coach a 5.
Well, I just haven't seen him, but I don't know. A lot of that is just a Coach Mangini.
No, I wouldn't.
He was so high on McDermott.
I think that there was, it's a bit of the devil element with McDermott. Like you, for good or for bad, you kind of knew what you were getting, and now it's similar with the Ravens with Harbaugh. You are really opening up the realm of possibilities there. I look at I don't think you have 5 weapons. I don't think they have 5 weapons. You know what I mean, as far as that scale. I think their defense is a big question mark. Because I haven't thought the last couple years. Early in Josh's tenure as a great player, they had awesome defenses that fell apart in the playoffs. That's really not true. Patrick Mahomes dissected them in the playoffs. Other than that, they were.
And last year they gave 33.
That's a tough one because he got all the extra possessions with the turnovers. But yeah, that is true. But my point is, I thought the last couple years, Brew, they haven't had great defensive personnel. I thought early in Josh's career they had great defenses. Last couple years they haven't, and I think that's where McDermott was valuable to him. So I'm curious, like you guys like Jim Leonard, he went to Wisconsin, good guy, you know what I mean, good rep, but we don't know. Like that's a question mark. With all that said, if I had to pick, I agree with Brew on, to me, step forward means they get back to where they had been as division champs. I think they will. I am not guaranteeing it. It wouldn't shock me if the Pats win the division, but I think they will. I don't think they need to win more than 12 games. I don't think they have to improve their win total to win the division. You know what I mean? I think the Patriots are, right
win
for
12 games. Yeah,
an 11-win season. It would be, I think, a really good season for the Pats this year, and that'd be 3 less wins. And Am I picking them to make the Super Bowl? Probably not. You know what? Definitely not. But would a step forward just be,
winning the division?
Winning the division and not having a mortifying divisional round loss? Because I consider the way they lost last year, all things considered and what it led to, a pretty disastrous loss. So I think a step forward. But I don't think it's a lock.
It could be another.
I would be absolutely shocked if the Chiefs and the Ravens don't take a step forward from last year. Now, there's a big gap between 6 wins and 12. You know what I mean? You need to step forward and win 9 games, sneak into the playoffs. I wouldn't be shocked at all if the Bills don't take a step forward, but they're my pick.
So Predictions Week is coming up August 31st. And one of the games we play, everybody does it, is you get to pick a worst to first team. Wow, this team is going to be the sleeper. They'll win. Last year we had the Seahawks and the 4-win Patriots go to the Super Bowl. We don't necessarily play this game because it's not maybe as fun.
Great to bad?
Great to oh my goodness, can you believe it? It happens every year.
It was the Chiefs and Ravens last year.
Chiefs and Ravens. And we can go through can you believe that the Rams all of a sudden fall apart? I'm trying to think of another team that everybody thought was going to just be excellent. And 49ers do it kind of more often. When I look at the Bills' schedule, and we know that one of the powerhouse teams every year just falls apart, and we're left scratching our heads at the end of the year. This schedule, combined with the coaching turnover question mark, has me voting that the Bills are going to be maybe it was just a blip, randomness, who knows? They were due for a down year.
It's a tough schedule.
They could very easily, not very easily, but this is what's going to happen.
What's going to happen?
The Bills have never started slow. Josh Allen hasn't.
They were 5-5 the other year, and
right out of the gate.
Ball out of his
hand.
3-0 4 times, 2-1.
Oh, okay.
3
you mean?
times.
Gotcha.
If they start 0-3, which would be,
isn't it true that if any team starts 0-3, they're in trouble?
Teams that are 0-3 are 2-123 to make the playoffs.
Yeah, but can't we do that with every team in the league?
If they start 0-3, yeah. But not every team is playing.
But you're saying they're scheduled.
The Texans, which Josh has struggled, had 2 of the worst games of his career against. The Lions on a short week, which I just think is weird.
But the short week does tend to favor the home team.
And the new stadium. And then the Chargers, hold on, are we in a must-win against Justin Herbert? And then Patriots. It's not predictions week yet, but.
No, I'm
already starting to panic about the Bills.
That's a little bit of wish casting. What is the Patriots' opening schedule?
Even worse.
Well, right. So
really bad.
No, so that's.
But I'm going to start freaking out.
I was just trying to pull it up.
We've got
the Patriots schedule.
Seahawks, Jags.
What I was trying to pull up is because the Bills are favored in 3 of those first 4 games. I'm not sure if they're underdogs in Houston.
That's
the Patriots, on the other hand, are underdogs in 3 of their first 4 games.
You think that's worse? That's not worse.
It's not. Thank you, bro.
It's easier.
Thank you.
Well,
you don't think it's worse, right?
Again? And
at least we have the Steelers, but they have
the Jags. I think the Jags are very.
Yeah,
but I guess the point that I'm making is the Patriots, and again, I am not using whether it's the Chiefs having the 5th best Super Bowl odds or this conversation. I am not trying to act like I think Vegas is gospel. The reason I reference it is supposed to be an unemotional evaluation. You know what I mean? Whether it be the odds or... So, sorry, Dust. Show me the Pats schedule, then show me the Bills schedule quickly, if we could. The Pats are literal underdogs week 1, week 3, week 4.
Yep.
And now if we go to the Bills schedule, the only one I'm not sure about, which is why I was trying to pull it up, is if they're underdogs. The Bills are literal favorites week 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, we're basically underdogs on the road. They're favorites at home.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course. That's what. So I'm saying, as far as just the odds of, and I'm looking at the week 1 odds right now to see if they're favored against Houston or not.
No way. I'll take out a second.
1.5 point favorites.
at Houston.
The Bills are 1.5-point favorites.
So the Bills are favored their first 4 weeks. So you're talking again.
You're my wife. We're gonna take out a second mortgage on that.
You're. I mean, listen. Your normal bet size is $1. So
Well,
go from there to
5X.
second mortgage might be.
I don't know if people haven't watched Josh Allen versus this Texans defense.
That's
He's done nothing.
it's totally. Listen,
but we've watched C.J. Stroud.
It's totally It's totally fair.
I like C.J. Stroud.
That's the only point I'm making. The point is, like, Bills-Pats win the division as far as the early. I think both teams have a nice buffer of, we get 4 games against the Jets and Dolphins.
Yeah.
So if Bills and Pats both feel like split with each other, sweep those 2 teams, now all of a sudden you're at 5 wins. You really only need to go like 5-7 against the rest of the league to make the playoffs.
Yep.
And then, or 5-6, I guess, against the rest of the league. Go ahead.
We're talking LeBron. Sam Amico spoke to 2 veteran NBA executives who didn't share Philly's enthusiasm for LeBron's 24th season. Here's the quote. Buckle up. He's still LeBron, or still has moments where he'll remind you he was once LeBron. But this is going to be the chapter where we watch him and say that he's stuck around too long. Someday we'll ask, remember when LeBron played for the Sixers? And laugh. I mean...
All right, so real quick, this is noteworthy because Sam Amico says this was a general manager. This wasn't like a scout. This wasn't a unnamed personnel. There's only 30 of these. You know what I mean? This is...
Yeah, I had veteran NBA executive. But if you had general manager,
no, that's what. No. When I read it, it said general manager. It said what we have on there. And so I mean that's a real take, and it is certainly. I will acknowledge when no player other than LeBron has made it to year 23, and he's playing in year 24. When I don't even know at this point. Is he at 70,000 combined minutes, playoffs and regular season? Like, it is certainly possible that the cliff. But as far as predicting it or almost saying it like it's a fait accompli, when we just saw him be the best player in a playoff series, LeBron led a team with the next 5 leading scorers or leading minutes guys were Rui, Marcus Smart, Luke Kennard, DeAndre Ayton, and his son to a playoff series victory in which he led both teams in points and assists. This year, here's the 6 guys who did that. There are 6 guys who in a series this year led both teams in points and assists. The defending MVP, the 3-time MVP, the finals MVP, and 2 of the best young players in the league. So I do not anticipate, Brew, that we're going to look back on the 2026-2027 LeBron James Philadelphia 76ers season and laugh about it as far as it being, again, I don't laugh at this, but like Ewing with the Magic. Like, again, I don't laugh at that. But
don't even think about it.
But just don't even think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, look, like you said, it's of course on the board. He turns 42 in December. All right, but I don't see it coming either because you talked about earlier Nick Nurse playing LeBron at the point, which makes a lot of sense. We saw LeBron as a point guard with the Olympic team, obviously surrounded by tons of talent, and it was great. That could easily happen in Philadelphia. He could run the point and which I think does make a lot of sense because LeBron can establish a tone where they are sharing the basketball. And I don't expect him to be their leading scorer. I don't think he should be their leading scorer. Now, his numbers, I would imagine, will drop, but he could average 17 points and 7 or 8 assists, and it's not like he still plays well. Like, he still looks really good. So I don't see this. Look, he signed a 2-year deal, so maybe next year, the following season, could he fall 25? Off? Sure. Right. I mean, I guess that's on the table, but no, we've seen nothing to make us think he's going to fall off that badly.
Healthy and Embiid is playing, what is your ideal stat line for like LeBron for a month of just, he's not on a heater and he's not slumping. This is just like, oh, that's just right.
I would say like 18 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds.
See, and I was
Close to 50%.
gonna go the ideal stat line with a healthy Embiid. 16 points, 10 assists.
Yep.
Like if people forget this, the title season in LA, LeBron James played point guard and was the league's assist champion. Like led the whole NBA. I think was the only player in the whole league to average double-digit assists.
10. Yep.
And so like I do think because it is I think Maxey, Edgecombe, Brown, and LeBron can all be malleable-ish. I do not think Embiid can be. If Embiid is out there, Embiid at this point of his career is great at getting buckets. Yeah. You know, and so when he's out there, you're going to have to, that high pick and roll they did in the Olympics with LeBron and Embiid, yeah. You got to run that, and LeBron's got to get him the ball. Like, that's where I think LeBron, with Embiid out there, his scoring dips significantly, and the assists go way up.
16 and 10 is easy.